back again. We are back again. Another episode. Look, why do I always do this and mess up? Do you know what I mean? Like, my intro is so shocking. There we go. That's better. We can see us clear now. Back again. Prem heads. Do you know what? This is probably the most consistent show. So props to you. Props to you two. Most consistent. We're back and we're nearly at the Premier League. Double A. Are you excited for the season to start? It's about time.
They're very excited, man. It's been like, I don't know, I just got so bored, man, with like all this transfer speculation and stuff going on over the weeks, man. And now, yeah, the juices are flowing. I'm ready to go.
I'm ready to
Saturday
go.
morning.
Preseason's not the same, is it, G? It's just not the same.
Bro, you realize this is the shortest preseason we've probably had for like years. So it's not even been long. And we've had a Euros, but this has felt like the longest preseason we've ever had. It just feels so long.
So everyone who's joined us today, we're going to get into the Fantasy League because that's what it's all about. You've all been asking, where's the Kloppzone League? We want the club. So the Kloppzone League is here. We're going to drop the code later on in the show. So stay in the show. We'll drop the code. We're going to pick our team live. It might get a little bit, it might get heated because I don't know. We might want different players. So we'll see how that one goes. But we're going to do our predictions first. But before we begin, Double A, I want to ask you, what's your guilty pleasure for this season? So something that you might not want to admit, but is there a team or a player you're kind of excited to see?
I can't lie, Newcastle. Newcastle got me excited and like, all right, you'll see with like what I've predicted and stuff, like, and I haven't got them to go in top four. I don't think they're going to go into the top four, but they're dark horses for it. And I think if everything goes right for them, they could sneak in. Because I'm more confident, like, there's little things. Like, I think if they could get Maddison, I think, because Maddison will help them. Not that I think Maddison is so amazing, but I think Maddison will do really well for them. Mm-hmm. And I think they could probably get, like, one more player. Like, I feel they can sneak in, like, through the back door with no one, like, but I'm not gonna basically put myself out there and say they're definitely gonna do it. But they're my guilty pleasure, definitely.
So Double A is a secret Geordie, like is a secret tuna. What are you going with, G? What are you going with?
Guilty pleasure, probably to see Arsenal make it into the top.
I knew you were going to say Arsenal. I don't know why. We knew Arsenal was good. Gee, honestly, you're going to get some hate from these top Reds. Being from London and Arsenal is your guilty pleasure. You can't do it, bro.
Look, I'll say it now so we get it out. They are like my second team. So anyone got a problem, meet me afterwards. Let's go.
Meet me afterwards, you know. It's only 9 a.m. and he's already calling people out.
Double A, I can't fight you, man. No, I'm not fighting someone else. Anybody else? I can't fight
anybody but Double A. That's all I'm saying. Anybody but Double A. Do you know what? I'm excited to see what Haaland can do. I'm not going to lie. One of the best players in world football, coming to the best team in world football, in my opinion. I want to see how that unfolds and that kind of dynamic between him and Nunes. That could be an interesting one. So Haaland, a guilty pleasure a little bit. I like the guy. I like what he's about. So that's
worse than me and Arsenal. Guys, are you seeing?
That's not worse than you and Arsenal. That can't be.
Guys, he's just admitted that he wants to see Manchester City and Haaland do well.
No, I just want to see how Haaland does. That was how he does.
I hope he fails. There we go. That's it.
Do you know what? I kind of hope he fails, but I want to see how he does. He's a good player. Anyway, let's get into this show anyway, because we want to go through predictions first. Then we're going to show you how our fantasy team picks, individual picks, and then we're going to pick a Kloppzone 11 or squad together. So let's get started with this predictions because there's lots to go through. So let's start with the one everybody wants to start with is who do you think are going to be champions this season? We'll start with Double A, champions, Premier League.
Manchester City.
It's hard to look past them, isn't it? Like, even though pre-season's gone the way it has, even though we've just had the Community Shield win, City are just a league beast, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're just like, it's just squad. If it wasn't such a squad game, I would go with us, to be honest.
Mm.
But as a squad, you just have to admit, like, we're inferior to them, man. They like the thing with our squad and their squad is that in practically every position, I think, apart from goalkeeper, like the drop off is very minimal. Sometimes I don't even think there is a drop off in certain positions, to be honest. Where us, I'd say probably, and even defense, because I think defense is one of our strongest places right now, especially at centre back. But the drop off still significant. I'll probably say up is probably where our drop off is probably the least significant. Everywhere else, there's quite a big difference in the drop off when players come in. So that's the issue for us. If we can keep our first team fit, then yeah, cool. We don't really rotate as much as I'd say other teams do actually with our squad. But if we don't keep certain players, if certain key players in our team are missing, I feel we're in trouble. Where City, if certain key players are missing, you almost don't feel it for them. Yeah. You know they're just going to get through it. So that's why I've got to go with them, basically.
I'm interested, G, to hear who you've gone with, because we look at City and we might all go with City, but they're letting some players go who have big parts for them. Like, as much as we might say Sterling wasn't the main man, he played a big role for Man City, more than Grealish did, more than Foden did last season. Then you're looking at maybe Bernardo Silva at the door, like Jesus gone as well, who's a squad player. Like, some good players have gone. So are you still going with City, or do you think we might see somebody else?
I think, yeah, I have to agree literally with Double A. Like, everything he said is probably the reason why. Even with the players that have gone, I don't even feel like, I feel like they'll just be able to just muddle through that, if I'm being honest with you. Like, yeah, I can't see anything else other than City. Double A literally said everything. Like, there's that squad, that whole team. They start off slow, but we all know come October, they're going to go on a 25-game run anyway. So it's just about, can we just get there before them? That's it. If we get there before them, great. All the other teams in the league, none of them are good enough. I'll be honest. I don't think any of them are even remotely close like that. The only way they'd catch us is if we have a bad season. That's the only way any other team catches City or Liverpool, but not through their own sheer, like, how good they are. I don't think they're that good.
Do you know what it is about City as well and Guardiola? Even if they bring like a young player in, or a Calvin Phillips, or whoever they bring in off the bench or from the reserves, they play to their strengths. Whereas Liverpool, you've got to fit in that kind of whatever role we tell you to fit in. Whereas Guardiola's going, right, what's Foden good at? Foden, you play wherever you like. You can play left, right, central mid, and it's fluent with Man City. Whereas with Liverpool, it's like, that's the system. You've got to fit in there. But saying that, I've got to stay optimistic, because I've seen G's cup this morning already, and show everybody what your cup says, G, because this is very fitting of you. Very fitting. Grumpy, that's it. Grumpy, that's G all over. So
my mum actually brought me that, to be fair.
That's G's persona now. That's literally you. We should have 7 dwarves nicknames. I think that's what we should have.
Grumpy. Even Grumpy was the coolest one.
Grumpy was the coolest one, to be honest. I'm gonna go Liverpool. I'm trying to be optimistic. I want to see, we've won the Community Shield. We look strong, barring injuries. I think if we stay injury free, and that's the big thing, staying injury free, we can win the league. If we pick up injuries like we've seen already, it's going to be a tough one. But I'm going Liverpool. What we'll do, we'll run through the rest. We'll go quick, and then we'll jump back into something. So rather than going into it, we'll go through them quick, and then we'll jump back into what we chose. So top 4. Let's go with Double A, top 4. Who's your top 4 this season?
All right, so obviously I've got City first, I've got Liverpool second, I've got Spurs third, I've got Arsenal fourth.
He's happy. Look, Grumpy's happy now because you've chosen his second team. He's happy. G, who are you going with, top 4?
The exact same as Double A, but swap Arsenal and Spurs.
Oh, so Arsenal third place. Wow, he really is an Arsenal fan anymore.
No. Forget the plan. I just watch this season. Let's see this season.
I'm gonna go.
Amazon Prime might just do them wonders. You never even know. You never know.
You never know. I'm gonna go Liverpool, City. Tottenham, United.
Ooh.
I'm going to go United in 4th place, double A's.
United,
I just think Ten Hag is going to do something. I can feel something at United. I don't want it to happen, but I think United in 4th place. Right, Golden Boot winner. Who's going to get the most goals? This is going to be an interesting one this season because we've added Haaland, Nunes, loads of good players coming into the league. Who have you got double A Golden Boot?
I'm going with Salah, you know. The guy like consistently gets goals. He dropped off a bit the end of last season, but from what I saw in the Community Shields, he looks hungry again. And you got to think of all the top players there. Actually, no, I think Haaland ain't going as well. But they're the only two that aren't going to the World Cup of the top strikers around. So I think that's going to keep them fresher. And I also think that the thing is with like, because I would have probably gone for Haaland or Nunes, but I'm not sure about how Klopp, because I think Nunes is going to get a bag of chances for us. So I think he's going to score a lot of goals. But the problem is that Klopp historically beds players in slowly. So I'm not sure when Nunes is going to start, consistently start games. And that's why I'm not going for him. And then Haaland, Pep's a madman at times. Pep might start playing him on the left or the right wing. He might not play him at all. You just never know with Pep. And for that's why I'm going for Salah, because Salah's going to play. You know Salah's going to play, and he's going to
week in, week out. We've not even got anybody to replace Salah. Maybe Harvey Elliott, but we've no one to replace him. G, who's your Golden Boot winner?
I went for Salah, but if not him, then I'll go for Son. No. You know what? He was actually up there in my thinking, though. But if it wasn't Salah, I'll say Son. Son. Yeah,
that's an interesting show. Not Harry Kane. You think Son's the main guy now for
No. Harry Kane is the main guy. I just think that Son is going to now be that main attacking outlet, but Harry Kane will be providing him with all the you see their record together. Yeah. They've got the most goals, assists, or whatever to each other, like in Premier League history. I think that continues next season, man. Genuinely,
that's a good shirt because I think Tottenham. Yeah, that's the way they win things now. Harry Kane's got to drop deep. He's got to turn into that kind of false nine, providing Richarlison, Son, Kulusevski. They've got a rich in attack now. Tottenham could be the one to look out for this season. Potentially kind of breaking that dominance between Liverpool and Man City, maybe. See how that goes on. Salah, it's got to be the Egyptian king. It has to be Mo Salah. I want everybody who's watching this show, if you're watching it back, if you're watching it live, write in the comments, who do you think is going to be the golden
like. Hit
the likes. Anything that you think in this show, any comments, any kind of category you want to comment on, just post it, and then we'll read through it. We'll get back to it. Keep the likes, keep the posts coming. So let's move on to the next one. We've done Salah, Golden Boot, and Son. Interesting. Let's go top assist then. Who's gonna be the? What did he even call the top assist? Like what the creator, or what did he call it?
Playmaker.
I've not got a clue. I'm sure there was a word for it last season, and I was like, why have they called it that? But anyway, top assist. Will Salah do it again? Double A.
I'm going for Trent. You know.
Oh. With Darwin,
because I think because as I say, I think Nunes is going to, once he starts playing, he's going to score a lot of. I think he was going to score a lot of goals, and you could already see linking up with him, looking out for him in pre-season, and did I see a bit in the Community Shield as well? I can't remember, but I feel those two, because Trent whips in the ball so much, and those balls that he was whipping in before for Mane, Salah, Jota, for me, don't get me wrong, they get on the end of them, but Nunes is so much more of a presence. So it's going to win much more than we've ever been winning, especially in the air and stuff. And you can see he's good in the air. So, I think, Trent, he's going to up his tally.
You can't look past, if you think of creators, like Trent is the best in the league. So it was strange last season how Mo got that many assists, because being in the same team as Trent, you just automatically think Trent's going to get the most assists. Like De Bruyne, it's like if Mahrez got the golden boot, the assist, you'd be like, why is De Bruyne not got it? Because it's guaranteed he's going to get it. So it was interesting last season. But G, who are you going with?
Same as Double A. I'm going with Trent. I couldn't. Who else? Literally that. Who else? Even if Mo does get a lot of assists, which I think he will this season, I'm gonna have to go with Trent because, like you guys said, that guy was the balls that he's doing to Nunes. It seems like Nunes prefers that over Robertson's angle of the ball. It seems like for some, maybe just because he prefers to peel off that way and it's easier for him, but he likes doing that, and you can see he loves doing it. So I think Trent is going to be the guy this season, especially the way Nunes makes these runs, boy.
Bogdan agrees with you, even though Bogdan turned on you, didn't he? On Monday?
Hey, listen, Bogdan, we'll chat off air. Don't worry about it, bro. Don't worry about it, man. I got you.
Disgraceful, mate. Bogdan. Disgraceful. Yeah. He's an OG. G's in the name. You know what I mean?
Azan as well. These guys just jump shit when they. Oh, it's crazy.
Shit. But speaking of new followers, Latif is always in the show. Big shout out to Latif Aziz. Salah could go top this again with the way he's playing pre-season. Another candidate would be KDB. You can't look past KDB. Yeah, we know that. With Haaland, that could be dangerous. With Alvarez, though, I feel like he's going under the radar.
Don't sleep on Grealish if he makes enough starts, being Man City's top assist maker. Whether he's the top in the league, I don't know about that. But I feel like he would be my outside, like, weird bet kind of thing. Because, yeah, he just seems like in that team, it seems like next season or this season, sorry, he's going to be maybe the one that's going to have to keep firing that ball for Haaland. Like you saw it against Bayern Munich when they beat them. That was something that Pep wanted to kind of install for Haaland. Like, when Grealish gets that ball, you make that run. And, obviously it worked out for him. He scored and stuff. So might be him, but Trent all day, man. Trent.
A nice little segue from G there because we talk about Grealish. Let's go with the biggest flop. Who's going to be the biggest flop this season? G, we'll go to you first. We'll go to you this time. Biggest flop this season. It could be a signing that's come in. It could be someone who everyone just thinks he's going to be amazing and they're just not. Who have you gone with?
Perisic for Spurs.
Ooh.
I think I never thought he was that good anyway. And you're buying him even older now. So what benefit is he to your team? I don't think he's good.
You know what? Have you seen the price of him as well on the fantasy league? Like
crazy for Perisic. Like, I respect his career. I know people are going to say, oh, but he's won this and he's won that. I know he's won a lot, but I wouldn't rate him that highly in world football, to be honest with you. Maybe Spurs is his level, if I'm being honest.
G, I think you've upset Bogdan a little bit. I don't want G to be angry on me. I go back on all I have ever said.
Listen, it's already out there, bro. It's already out there. No. Bogdan, it's already out there.
It's all right.
Yeah, that's it. Bogdan's got the backing of Double A because Bogdan is literally like Double A's like biggest fan. So if you're going against
if Bogdan, you guys don't hear from Double A in a few days, you know why?
Bogdan's also saying Richarlison, biggest flop. I like the sound of that one. That could be a good shirt because I'm not sure if that's the signing everyone thinks. Another Spurs signing as well. Who are you going with, Double A? Biggest flop?
All right. For me, do you know what I'm going to say? It's probably going to be controversial, but I'm going to say Sterling. Now, the reason I want to say because I think he's going to flop per se at Chelsea. But the problem is, at the moment, unless Chelsea get a striker, everyone is looking at Sterling to be this guy that's going to score them goals and is going to make the difference that Lukaku didn't make. Sterling is not that guy. I'm telling you that from now. He's not that guy. And that's the reason why I've got him down to be a flop. Not because I think he's not going to flop. He's going to score goals. He's going to make assists. But he's not going to be what they want him to be.
He's not going to get 20 goals,
that's like. Yeah, and that's why for me, Chelsea aren't going to get in the top 4 at this moment in time. Because they haven't addressed the striker situation. And Sterling is not the answer to what they're trying to do. It's like they're trying to paper over the cracks, as they say. It's not going to work.
Nah, that's a good shirt because I've gone with Chelsea as well. We'll get to Latif's comment in a minute. I've gone with Koulibaly because like everyone's thinking he's going to come into the league and dominate and be this guy, showing him on the phone to John Terry like the best friend.
Oh, that was so crazy.
You know for a fact If no one was filming that, John Terry would have told Koulibaly to stick one. John Terry's not wanting to give Koulibaly that number.
They definitely had a phone conversation before that video.
Yeah.
No way was that like on the spot, like, oh yeah, let me just quickly record. No way. No way.
Like, John, we're going to ring you in a minute, and you've got Chelsea have probably told Terry like they're giving it him anyway, but we want to make it look like the fans are on board with you backing Koulibaly. That's why he's going to be a flop. Like the pressure, there's too much pressure already been put on him. I can't see him being that guy. You've lost Rudiger, you've lost Christensen, Thiago Silva's on a Zimmer frame this season. Aspi could be going like you're relying on Reece James and Mendy at the back.
I was going to ask you.
No, but Aspi's finished, man. Don't you think?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's finished. No, he's finished. But who do they have?
Just making some mad mistakes.
We've got Chalobah.
Yeah.
Salah, Malinga.
Salah's going. Salah looks like he's going.
Yeah, he looks like he's going. Yeah. They've got the Colwill guy. Do you know what they've done? They've let Guehi go. They've let Tomori go. All these players that would have been
now
starting 11 now, and they've let those guys go. So they're going to rely on Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Marcos Alonso.
Can't wait to go to the bridge this season.
I cannot wait to go to the bridge. We saw what Mo Salah did. He took Koulibaly for a walk last time at Napoli, so he's going to do it again. So bring that on. Latif Aziz is saying Scamacca or Scamacca. I don't know how we say it. Scamacca could flop. West Ham didn't do well with Haller last time. That's a good point because Haller's banging goals in for fun at Ajax. And shout out to Haller, by the way. Hope he recovers from the
true.
So fingers crossed because I rate him as a striker. I was excited to see where his career went to. But it's true. West Ham, you need an Antonio. You need an Antonio-style striker who's going to just run and be physical. They're not very good with these technical number 9s, so I'm not sure how it's going to work. So that's a good shirt, Latif. But let's move on to the next one. Let's go with, I'm interested in, let's go Golden Glove. Let's go Golden Glove. So we spoke about Mendy already. Is he going to get anyone's Golden Glove this season? Double A, who are you going with Golden Glove?
Okay, Alisson. For me, it's going to be Alisson and Ederson, to be honest, because we, as both teams, concede the least goals, I was going to say. But although actually, because of the way we play our high line and whatever, we're more prone actually to being opened up. But Alisson pulls up so many one-to-one saves. So I'm surprised actually we have the goal record that we have defensively, to be honest. And City, although I would say, all right, they don't play as such as a high line as us and whatever. And most games they actually look. There are games where I think most games City look pretty defensively consistent. They just have mad moments where they just look in trouble. And when they look in trouble in a game, they're in trouble for the whole game. I don't know why. They don't get that composure back. And even though they normally win those games because their attack's so like potent, but yeah, they do concede more than you expect them to. So.
Yeah. Before you go into yours, G, Spurs could be a dark horse for this kind of defensive astuteness because if you look at, they brought Basuma in, even though we say Perisic might not add much, they've brought Jed Spence in, they've brought Lenglet in, so they've got a lot of depth now in defensive areas. Conte likes to be that team that is hard to break down. They could potentially be up there with maybe Lloris could be up there for Golden Boot shout.
Yeah, that was another player, but I really do not even rate Lloris at all in the slightest. I think he is I think he's one of the most overrated goalkeepers to even play in this league. I don't know why everyone thought he was ever like any good. He won a World Cup, but he didn't really win that. Sorry about that.
Jeez,
my series,
he don't agree with you.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I just think that Spurs. Nah, I think Ali's the guy.
Yeah, I think we're all going Ali. Like you can't look past Man City leak goals as well. Let's not forget, Man City just outscore teams. Man City always outscore Liverpool, and Liverpool are known for being a team that scores a lot of goals. But Man City always get more goals than Liverpool every season. So I think definitely Alisson. He's just best in the world by far. Probably the best the Premier League's ever seen. So Alisson Becker. Right, we're getting to some juicy ones. Let's
You got to
go
save the best to
with
last. You got to save the best to last.
save the best till last. Okay, let's go with youngster then. Who's going to be your young player of the
Sorry,
season?
what's the cut? What's the age for these youngsters? I'm confused now.
Do you
They
know
changed
what?
it.
I used to say 23 because you had under 23s, which was the academy, right? So
Yeah.
I had under 23 as youngster, but no, they've changed the academy to under 21s this season.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'd still say under 23, but for me, 23 now for a footballer, that's like you should be not established, but that's like you could have been playing for four seasons if you're 23 years old now.
They've got it as 21
Trent's
under
only
now.
22. Do you know what I mean? Like Trent should win that award every single season, but I feel like no, they're like, oh, we've got to give it to someone else, even though Trent's clearly the best young player in the league. But let's go 23. I don't even know ages, but we'll roughly go.
It's 21.
Is it 21?
Yeah, I'm literally looking at it now. It's 21 and under.
21 then. So 21 years and under. We're not sure on ages. We might try and get it up, but who are you going with? Double A.
I'm going with Foden. Yeah, because I wasn't sure actually, to be honest, if it was 23 or not. And then I think Haaland and Nunes are both 23, isn't it? And then I'm edging between them two to see who will get it. But then I'm thinking, yeah, he might be 22. But then I'm thinking, I feel like they're too old to get the young player of the year. If that makes, I don't personally think they are, but I feel in regards to the rating. So then I'm going. I thought, the thing is though, because I'm going for Foden because I know Foden's going to play more than a lot of the top young players that I think potentially win this award. That's the reason I'm going more than anything else. But I would actually like to go for Carvalho from us, to be honest, because I think Carvalho is going to surprise a lot of people. But I just don't think he's going to get enough games to justify him winning it.
That's a good shirt, actually, Carvalho. I didn't think Carvalho and Elliott, one of those two is going to play a big role this season for Liverpool. It just depends which one Klopp's going to back more. I'd rather Carvalho, but I think Klopp likes Elliott. I'm just
he's more safe with him.
G, who you going with? Youngster of the season?
Saka.
Bukayo Saka.
I think, yeah.
Have you noticed this theme that's going on here, Double A? Like, there's a theme going on here with G. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm going to click every single reasons where he chooses an
reasons that even Double A even just said, purely because he'll play as much, probably, if not more, than Foden, to be honest with you. So it's just purely by volume of games who can play, and because of their age, because it's now 21 and under. I had to try and think who's even a young player of that age these days who plays in the Premier League, and it's only really Foden, Saka. They're the only two in the entire league who really play at that level. So one of them.
Nah, Foden. I actually forgot about Saka, if I'm honest.
Well, I forgot about Foden. Go on, then.
No, I'm saying that. No, in the sense that I might have picked actually. When I'm thinking about it, I might have actually picked Saka. I was thinking my pick, but I might have picked Saka, to be honest.
Do you know what
I think he actually will play more.
Yeah, that's it. With Saka, he's the main man in it. Like, he's taking penalties now. He's taking free kicks. Like, is he captain? Does he get the captain's armband?
Odegaard got it.
No.
Odegaard got it.
23. What? Yep. Came a year ago. Yeah, I know. That's what I said too.
When you've got, like, I know Tierney is injury prone, but you've got him. You've got Saka's like, he should be nailed on. The captain, in my opinion. Anyway, it's now you've said Saka, it's in the back of my head. I'm like, maybe.
Oh,
do you know
so
what
who's
I'm going
the
to go with?
Like?
If he plays, I think Conor Gallagher could do well at Chelsea if he plays. I think he's only.
I think he's 20.
Yeah, I think he's 20. But
I might be wrong though. I think he's 20.
When you looked at what he did at Crystal Palace, Chelsea don't have a player like that. Chelsea like Frank Lampard style. That's what I'll say. Arrives in the box late. They need goals from somewhere, Chelsea. And I feel like Conor Gallagher's a goal scoring midfielder. So I think if he plays, I'm going to go with him. But I think G might be the winner for this one. If Arsenal do well, you know Saka's going to be the main catalyst for Arsenal's success this year. So Bogdan's going with Harvey Elliott. saying Harvey Elliott, he is a gem. We've got Bogdan saying, forgot about Carvalho, Ian Harvey and Saka, 2-3 youngsters in the league. Foden, not that much. Do you know who's just moved, though? It's, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Chuakamani or something like that from Aston Villa. I think he's
yes. I just call him
going Chelsea.
Yeah,
Chelsea,
I think he's looking at going to Chelsea now. If Chelsea,
he's in London now.
Again, if Sterling's going to play as a centre forward, if he's on the left wing, he could have a breakthrough season. But Chelsea don't normally give these youngsters the chance. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not sure.
I'm not Tuchel from what I've seen.
That's true.
In the past, that's why I don't. Although I do agree with you that I think Gallagher can make an impact, I can't really see him playing that much. Bar injuries.
Don't even see it, yeah.
To be honest.
No, I agree.
And Tuchel, he likes the kind of like functional, I think, defensive midfielders even more than Klopp does, to be honest. Yeah. I think he loves that even more.
Because look how much he put Loftus-Cheek in last season. Like, Loftus-Cheek played so much last season, and it's like, what does Loftus-Cheek do now? Do you know what I mean? Like, his time's kind of gone for me. I don't think he's going to bring his career back at a big club anyway. He didn't even play for the teams he was on loan at, so it was a weird
it made no sense. Like, you came back to Chelsea to play, but you went on loan and you didn't play. Get out of it.
Madness. Anyway, let's go to managers. We talked about Tuchel. Let's go to managers. And I want to start on Mr. Grumpy terms. So let's go with the first sacking of the season. Oh. Who's getting sacked first this season, G?
I had a toss-up between Lampard or Rodgers, but I'm going to go with Rodgers first. Lampard will get time. Lampard will get time. He'll edge it purely because he'll get the time. Because he only just came so close to the end of the season.
They've had a couple of good signings as well, like Everton. Leicester haven't signed anybody. They're looking at letting Tielemans, Maddison go.
Fofana
going as like it's madness.
Leicester. And apparently they've got some issues with the board. Like there's something going on between Rodgers and the board. I said, Rodgers, we'll see you later. You're going.
See you later, Brendan. Brendan on his bike for you as well, Double A.
Yeah, for me, it's out of them two as well. But I kind of feel that Rodgers is going to get a bit more sympathy. And for that reason, the board, they're not going to let him go so easy because, like, as you can see, there's some kind of financial thing going on. They don't want to spend the peas. It seems like they're selling a lot of players. Look, Schmeichel's going, and it don't seem like they got a replacement for him. Yeah. Fofana looks like he might be off, or he wants to cut out. Tielemans, like, Maddison, apparently I saw something this morning that, all right, although what Roger said about 40 million is only worth 3/3 of his left leg and all this stuff, Leicester will probably do business for 60 mil.
Yeah, that's it.
So if Newcastle really want him, they'll probably push for the 60. I can't see Newcastle. I think 60 mil for Maddison for Newcastle is good.
Yeah, you think so?
I think for them. I don't think. No, because I think he's going to improve them that much.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
all right, all right. The thing with Newcastle, I think, all right, you got St. Maximin there. I think St. Maximin's a good player, but there's not too much end product with St. Maximin, and they rely on him a lot for creativity and stuff. So if you've got Maddison there as well, that takes a bit of the pressure off St. Maximin. I think that pressure easing off him, you'll probably get a bit more end product from him. Yeah. And then with Maddison there, that's going to also take the pressure. Like, he obviously will be their biggest signing, but then with St. Maximin running around doing his things, and it's different to what Maddison does, I feel that will help Maddison. And then they keep Callum Wilson fit. Callum Wilson's just a goal scorer.
Yeah.
That's why I can see it all kind of working with the three, personally. But so yeah,
Joe Linton as well. He's like changed completely in it. Like, he's been playing central midfield. Like, he changed completely under Eddie Howe. Like, he's a new player.
That's actually one player I don't hear for where a player's gone from being literally looking like absolute dog doo doo, and all of a sudden he looks a semi-decent player. Like, all of a sudden, like
I like how G is bringing, like, he's speaking to his son like dog doo doo. I like it. It's early in the morning as well, so I appreciate
it. Come on.
I appreciate the PC.
Do you know actually, what? I didn't even say, but Lampard's actually who I'm going for, because I think Lampard with all off the plays, but Lampard ain't gonna. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it. Personally.
I like what you've been saying about Newcastle though with Maddison, because they need still that kind of marquee signing to say, right, now we're going to step up to the next level kind of thing. And I think Maddison, even though he's not top class, it's a name where you're like, right, Newcastle want to start moving and making business and trying to get these better players, because they didn't bring anyone in that good last season, but they added to the kind of foundation of the squad. I think they need those players in and around that now. But my flop, do you know what? A lot of people are going to hate me for this, but I think Steven Gerrard.
I knew you was going to say Gerrard. I had it in my head. You're going to go with Stevie.
And
he's a Stevie hater, guys. I don't know why.
I'm not. What? I need the. I love Stevie G.
I'm joking.
Stevie G is my all-time, right? But I'm not sold on Stevie G as a manager. I'm just not sold. Plus, he's signed a lot of big players this summer. He spent a lot of money last summer, or when he came in last season. If he doesn't get, I don't know what the target is for Villa, to be honest, but if he doesn't get some type of European football, I feel that's a failure for Villa with the money that they've spent, in my opinion. I think he can finish in the bottom half. I don't think he's going to finish in the top half. I just don't see it. So I think Stevie G could be the first to go if things don't start going well. We saw that they did it last season, innit? Like, they did it before Stevie G came in, and they didn't even give him time after all the effort that he put into Villa. They didn't even give him time to get the new team playing. So Stevie came into a win-win situation, in my opinion. Bogdan saying Lampard, Latifi saying Brendan Rodgers. Yeah, like he said, losing all those players. Bogdan also says Arteta. It depends on, and this is it. It could be it could be Ten Hag, it could be Arteta. Depending on how they start the season, they could end up getting sacked before halfway through the season, because there's a big battle now going on between Tuchel, Conte, Ten Hag, Arteta. That's a battle that's going on, and one of those teams,
the low ones.
Yeah, just the minnows, the little paupers, you know,
the muggles, you know.
Yes, the mudbloods, yes,
the mudbloods, yeah, all those guys.
Yeah, it's all those. Double A's like, what's mudbloods like? What you want about? Double A's like,
it's a bad word. Don't say it.
I was just going to say, if there's any rival supporters around, because I don't agree with what these two are saying. I respect the team, so just these two, not me.
I love it. Right, let's keep moving on. Stay with manager. Not the first sacking, but the manager of the season. This could be an interesting one. A lot of people, a lot of candidates. Double A, who are you going with?
Well, I'm going to go Eddie Howe, so you're probably going to say that.
He's a George, you know what I mean?
Newcastle team.
You're lucky, you two. This is a Premier League show. This was a Liverpool show right now. Woo! Newcastle, Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe potentially deserved it last season, in my opinion, Double A.
Yeah, he was a good shout for last season. Because I think just from what he done from when he came in, and I think he's just going to build on it. Newcastle made some good signings. I just think attacking wise, they need a little bit more, personally. But yeah.
G, manager.
You already know the answer. Let's go. Who would you pick as your manager of the season?
Come on, we need a name.
No, Arteta. Yeah, I think it'll be Arteta. If Arsenal finish where I think they will finish this season, he'd be the only one. If he finishes third, he'd have to win the manager of the season. He'd have to.
Do you know what? Third. I was going to pick Pep, but then I've picked a lot of Man City players as well. So it's kind of, is anyone a Liverpool?
We're showing our true colours. Yeah, we're showing our true colours.
Do you know? It's a tough one. I think Conte might get it.
Yeah,
because he knows what he's doing. Even though we don't agree with the signings that he's got, he knows what he's doing, and I think he's going to push for. He might not win the title. He'll not win the title, but I think he'll get a trophy for. It depends, doesn't it? Did he take other things into consideration? Because I think they do personally. Like, if Liverpool went on to get the Champions League and the FA Cup next season, I think Klopp would get manager of the season in the Premier League, even if he finished second.
Yeah,
because they would think that's like a big achievement. Do you know what I mean? I think people do look at the outside. That's why I think Conte is going to get a trophy this season. So I think he might be manager of the season. Trophy and Champions League football, pushing for second place, that's a good season for Tottenham, in my opinion. So that could be how it is. Let me look if anybody's got a soft spot for Steve Cooper. I hope Forest stay in the league. Do you know what? Managers lower down don't get enough respect, really, do they? Because look at what Potter's doing with Brighton. He could potentially be in, and David Moyes as well, what he did with West Ham. They
Vieira,
shouldn't they? For Vieira Palace, they should be in the shout for manager of the season. It shouldn't just go to the manager that wins the league, or do you know what I mean? It should be managers that overachieve.
100%, man. But then it's hard to go against the guy who won the league.
Yeah, I do say it's hard to go against who won the league. But with Moyes, I think if West Ham got into the Champions League, then I would have said yes. But I thought they dropped. I thought they gave away a good opportunity from where they were in January. Personally, and that's why I wouldn't give him. I would go. For me, if you're not going to go for like who wins the league or who's done, I'd say Klopp. You could argue over the season, maybe not in the Premier League, but over the season, just because of how well we did in every competition we was in.
Yeah.
But then the Brentford manager, I feel he should be a top candidate because they did really well. And as you said, Eddie Howe, you could argue Conte came in. It just depends how you look at it, I guess.
Yeah, it does. I think we need to change things up. Do you not think those awards at the end of the season now, they're just getting predictable, they're getting boring, like no one's interested. Plus, you've got about 5 different players of the season. You've got your FWA Football Writers Player of the Season. You've got Players Player. You've got the PFA Player. You've got the Premier League Player. It's like, just do one. Just choose one, because I don't know. I say PFA. PFA is for me,
official.
That's the official. That's the big one.
Yeah.
But then, what's the point in doing PFA when you've got a Premier? Like, surely the Premier League one is the league, so that should be the big one. I just don't agree with. They're giving. What did they give awards out for this season? Something ridiculous. I remember. Was it you, Double A? You posted some things into the group, and it was some ridiculous like prizes. Like, I can't remember what it was. Save of the season or something like that. Like, it's just
nonsense. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, there's some nonsense. Like, for me, I think there should only be 2 awards really, and for me, the journalist thing, the writers, I'm not really too into that because who are the writers? Writers are biased, and some of these writers, as you can see, some of these journalists, I don't actually know that much about football personally. From the stuff from what they write about and what they say. So I think you should go with managers. Managers should do one who they think is the best players, because managers obviously they train players, and the players.
Yeah,
and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would even go so far as to scrap Ballon d'Or and all them things, to be honest, because Ballon d'Or, the way they do that is nonsense. To be honest,
I like that. Is the Ballon d'Or? Do the players choose? The players vote for?
No, it's journalists.
It's like journalists, international managers.
Don't the players have a season captains or something? That
captains, it's like
captains.
Well, captains, you
so
got to choose.
That,
if you're a manager,
I think it should be captains and managers. That's it.
But do you not think captains and managers are going to be biased towards?
Yeah. Maybe.
It's a hard one because
they're players.
Yeah.
Like, they play the game.
Yeah, it's true. You respect greatness in it, like you respect greatness, but at the same time, say if
Messi wouldn't pick Ronaldo, for example, or if he did, he'd put him like 3rd in his list, just so that he doesn't get so high up on the list, like kind of thing.
That's it. They should release the list so players get called out on it. That's what they should do. Release the list who they voted for. They've got to vote for.
Because in NBA, they kind of, you hear them like talk about who the MVP is. Like you see other players talk about, oh, I think Joel Embiid should win it, and you think to yourself, that's kind of crazy for people to actually come out and advocate for someone to win something who's not on their team. We need to stop being a bit soft, man. Let's really get into it.
That's true. Yeah. Right, there's 2 awards left. There's signing of the season and player of the season. So let's go signing of the season first. There's been a lot of signings this summer. Who are you going with, G? Are you going with a big one, or is he going to go with Fabio Vieira at Arsenal?
There was a toss between Jesus or Sterling, so I'm going to go Jesus.
So Sterling or Jesus, your signing of the season. I think Jesus could be potentially, I think he's going to bring a lot to Arsenal. I think he's going to.
I want to say Jesus, but I can't look past. Sterling is the only player signed this summer who was Premier League proven. The only player through every single transfer in the Premier League. He is the only proven player to play in the Premier League.
You're saying Jesus ain't proven?
No, not to Sterling's level. Hell no. But he's proven. Just
no. I'm not saying to his level, but I'm saying.
But yeah. Nah. He's Premier League 100%. Like Jesus is top quality, but Sterling's the only one, and it's like I can't look past him. But what Double A said earlier about the way that they're looking at Sterling to do all of this stuff, I'm starting to slowly think that as well, and I'm slowly thinking, you might just flop just because they're asking too much from you. They think you're going to be this like amazing guy when the reality is you're a part of something more than you being the main guy. So I'll go Jesus.
Double A, who are you going with? Should we try and guess Double A's? I think he's going to go with Nick Pope at Newcastle.
Nah,
I don't even know who Newcastle is.
You won't even guess this one. This one, I don't even think no one's going to believe in what I'm actually saying either as well. I'm going for Fabio Carvalho. Reason is, as I said earlier, I don't think he's going to play that much games. But I just think the impact from what I've seen of him, for what he's going to do in those games, is going to make him the signing of the season for me, just because of what he does, the impact he has, the amount of games he plays. And at the same time, I do agree, I think it's going to be a small sample size, but I think it's going to be quality in that sample size that he delivers.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm going for him. But if I was going for someone that's going to play more consistently, I'll go for Jesus, because I think he's going to make, of all the signings, I think he's going to make the most impact on the team because I've lacked a goal scorer. And although he hasn't always played up top for City, most of the time when he has, he's always got a good goal return. And he can get a decent goal return at Arsenal, which can reach them. And at the moment, I've got them getting fourth place. So I think his goals will get them to fourth place at this moment in time, unless Newcastle can do what I hope they can do.
It's a great shirt from you both, to be honest, because everyone's kind of playing down Carvalho, asking for a new midfielder. Let's get a new midfielder in Liverpool. But Carvalho was a free. If, say, he had 3 years left on his contract, you're probably looking at like £30 million for Carvalho as a young English prospect. Maybe 20 to 30 million. So it's a good signing in itself. We've seen what he can do. I think Klopp is going to back one youngster this season. And I think if it was me, it'd be Carvalho. But Klopp, he just loves Harvey Elliott. And I don't know why. I'm not dogging Harvey Elliott out, but I just don't know why. But Bogdan agrees with you. Of course, Bogdan agrees with Double A. Obviously, he's always going to agree with Double A. You know what I'm going with for sign of the season? I'm going with Martinez at Manchester United. I think.
Oh, yes, centre-back.
I think United, that's what they've been missing. I think Ten Hag knows what he's about. He wouldn't have signed one of his ex-players if he didn't think he was going to do a job in the Premier League. He knows what he's about. I think he's going to start week in, week out. We might even see then a different side of Varane playing next to someone who's strong.
Good.
I think, good. The Varane we know. I think he's going to change United's defence a little bit because De Gea is a good player. Like on his day, I think they need a right back still. But Luke Shaw, you could argue in the Euros if he can bring that form. Plus, they've signed, is it Malaysia as a left back?
Malaysia,
He looks decent. And then with Varane and Martinez, plus you've got backup by Bailly, Lindelof. I'm not even saying the other guy's name. So
Captain.
Captain fantastic. They've potentially got a very good defense next season if they can gel. So I think he might change United's fortunes. Let's move on to the big one. Before we choose our team, I can't believe we've not even chosen a team yet. This show is about Fantasy Premier League team. So we'll get to it anyway. Let's go for the last one, the big one, player of the season.
I don't even know who I picked.
It's a tough one, though. It is a tough one. Who have you gone with, Double A?
Mo Salah running down the
Down the
way.
ways, la 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 la, the Egyptian king. G's got like an Arsenal song saved in his
Yeah.
head.
No, you know what? I think Salah's. I don't know. I've just got a feeling that Salah's gonna, after how the way last season ended, how Salah started last season up to January. I feel like Salah's got something that he wants to show the world.
Yeah,
That he is, or he can be the best player in the world, and I've got a feeling he's going to show his worth. I'm not saying he's necessarily going to be the best player in the world, but I think he's going to go up to them levels where he's in that debate again for sure. So, and because I think he's going to be the top goal scorer. Normally, if you're top goal scorer, you're in and around that, especially the position he plays, because he's not an out and out number 9.
Yeah,
he's going to be in, like, if not the one to win it, for a very high shout for it. So yeah, I can't see past him.
we've got the Egyptian king. Who are we going with, G?
I went with Son. I think Son will be it.
You like Son, innit? You rate Son.
I think last season he took his game to the level I finally thought that he was.
You like North London as well, don't you? You like North London.
Weird, I don't even live there, and I have no ties there, so it's weird. But yeah, no, I think Son, they've done the best business in the entire Premier League as a collective in North London. Like, they've both brought in very, very well, and they've addressed areas that they needed to address. That was the most key thing. Forget the players; they've just addressed what they needed to address. But I'm going with Son, man. I think if Son can maintain that level, Son can easily match Salah. I don't see that being an issue at all.
I think it's just between two players again. I think it's between De Bruyne and Salah again.
And De Bruyne was another one.
I don't think, if you look at the Premier League, like, why would you not put Mo Salah in that cup? Mo has done it every single season. He's in that debate for player of the season every season since he's been at Liverpool Football Club. I think if you could guarantee one player to be consistent, that you're going to get goals, you're going to get performances, you're going to get week in, week out, playing injury-free as well, Mo Salah's that guy. But I like what Bogdan's saying, because I think, and I've said this a few times, pound for pound, Van Dijk is the best footballer in world football. I think pound for pound, if you look at what you should do in your position, Van Dijk is the best player in world football. But centre-backs just don't get that recognition, do they? Like, unless strikers have a bad season, like we saw with Diaz, because nobody was tearing up the league in that season, Ruben Diaz gets it because we had an off season. Like, I feel like you've got to have a bad season as a striker for anyone else to even be in the question. If you're a midfielder, you've got to get over 10, 15 goals, like Yaya Toure did, Lampard, Gerrard. You've got to be a goal scorer. So
they should scrap. They maybe do like a,
you know what? Yeah,
goalkeeper of the year, defender of the year, midfielder of the. Maybe change it, because putting everyone in the same bracket for me has never made sense. You can't say, because for me, I would say Salah and Alisson have equally been as good as each other in their respective positions. I would even say Alisson a bit more in his position than Mo, based off last season kind of thing. So then, is that fair to then say that Ali can't win the player of the year, but then Mo wins it because he got the most goals? But it's like, but Ali was equally as good and equally as important. I feel like they need to just change it, because it's unfair, man. Like Van Dijk, there's so many defenders, midfielders who need to be.
Has a goalkeeper ever won player of the season in the Premier League?
Not that I know.
I want to say Czech, but I don't think so, though.
I can't even think, because if you're looking at Czech, I bet like Drogba got it, or Lampard.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
Czech's not going to be getting it. I was thinking, did Schmeichel, but I don't think he did, because you're looking at Cantona, you're looking at Giggs and Keane and Scholes and players like that.
You know what? When I think about it, you're right though, Ash. You know, like, if you think of like level of importance to a team, who's the most important? Then pound for pound, then what makes it the best player, then it has to be Van Dijk, to be honest.
Yeah, that's it.
Because when he don't play for us, the drop off is so significant. It's like it's not. I never thought of it like that, to be honest. But the more I think of it, I'm like,
you're talking in boxing. That's why I say it, because in boxing, you say who's pound for pound the best boxer in the world. That's why I do it with football, because Van Dijk, like you've just said, Double A, he's just without Van Dijk, you see a difference. Without Salah, we've shown that we can cope when he was at AFCON.
Peter Schmeichel is the only goalkeeper to win the award.
I was going to say, I thought Schmeichel might have got it. That's
96.
It's mad. Centre backs as well. Like, not many centre backs get it. Like, you're probably talking John Terry, Vidic. I think Vidic got it.
Yeah, Vidic got it.
So it's mad. They do need to change it, I agree. But that's for another show, because this show is all about the Fantasy Premier League. And we've come to that time where we will show you the league code so you can throw your team into our league. Let me just get this comment off here from Bogdan. I'm going to throw the league code out there, and then we're going to go through our team. So our league code is, look at that, the Kloppzone Super League, KSL. Forget your ESL, European Super League. It's all about the KSL, YCEOLC. That's the league code. I'm going to put it up on a banner at the bottom so you can join the league at any point now in this show whilst you're watching. But what we need to do, we need to jump in and show people what our teams are. So I want to let's start with Double A's team. So we take a look here at Double A's team. We've got Alisson, Cancelo, Tomiyasu, Salah, Foden, Coutinho, Lingard, Haaland, Jesus, and Odsonne Edouard. Double A, you think that's the winning formula? You think that's the team to go with this season?
Yeah, for the moment.
It's hard, isn't it? The first week.
It's tough because, as I say, with Pep, you don't know what's going to go on. Like, so I've got Haaland there for the moment. But if Pep starts doing this foolishness, somehow I'm going to have to try and put Nunes in there. But at the moment, I don't think Nunes is going to start games. So that's why I haven't got Nunes in there already. When I look at the thing with fantasy league, you got to think of like. We always think of when I think of defenders, I always think of defenders that are going to get assists or are going to get goals. Yeah. That's why I've got Cancelo and Trent in there because as well as the clean sheets, they're going to rack up points. You know that those two are going to have mad games where they get mad, like they might get 3 assists a game, and the points is total up. And if you get it right and they're your captain, you're going to be laughing. You're going to be laughing on them certain game weeks. And obviously Salah being consistently the top scorer all the time, he's expensive, but you've got to kind of put him in there. De Bruyne is another one I haven't got him in there, and it's just because of how Pep does his things, to be honest. If I could trust this guy more, I will put these kind of players in.
De Bruyne always has that
price he's at
6 games out.
Yeah, I can't afford to have him in at the moment until I know what kind of I have an idea of what Pep's kind of doing, or that he needs to play him in certain matches because of the way things are going. And at the moment, De Bruyne looks a little bit overweight in the Community Shield. I suspect he will start, but if he didn't start against West Ham, no, to be honest, if he didn't start against West Ham, I wouldn't be surprised. Just the way Pep does things. So, and Foden at his price, he's 4 million cheaper. So let me chuck in Foden. At least if Foden don't play, I'm a bit pissed off, but I'm not as pissed off, if that makes sense. Because 12 million is a lot, man, in that squad right now. Yeah, Lingard, I think, is going to get goals.
That's the interesting one, Lingard in there.
Coutinho, I thought Coutinho is going to have a good season. So Edwards will get his fair share of goals, and who else did I put? Haaland. Oh, Jesus. So I already think I've been saying about Jesus will show. So
you know what? G's enjoying your team, I think. Let's just take a look at your team again. How many Arsenal players have we got in there? 2 Arsenal players. So G's liking that. Jesus.
You know what?
Tomiyasu was the only one I would have taken out because he's been injured.
Do you know what? The only reason I got Tomiyasu, I'm going to be honest, is that I actually wanted to put in like Reece James or Chilwell or who's the guy at West Ham? He's getting on a bit, but he takes their free kicks and it comes Cresswell. I wanted to put someone in like that in, to be honest. because I know they're going to get more assists. I think they'll get more assists than Tomiyasu or whatever. But of what I had with the money left, he was one of the last picks I had, and I wanted someone that I think will get a few clean sheets, but they're not as weak as like some, or they're not in a team that I think that potentially will just like have the potential to leak a bag of goals certain times, as some of like the people on my bench. So yeah, that's why I went for Tomiyasu more out of like restrictions with the cash.
Azan is saying, no Kane. Why? Kane's cost.
He's expensive. Yeah,
Kane's
man.
expensive.
Expensive.
And when you've got the likes
and
of
the way
Mo
Kane
Salah,
plays,
yeah, I agree. Kane's
I think
expensive.
Nunes and Haaland are going to get more goals than Kane, to be honest, this season. I've got a feeling with that. But
plus,
apart from penalties, because
when you look at Salah, a big thing for Mo, he's classed as a midfielder on the game, which means he gets more points if he scores a goal than attackers do. And that is crazy because Mo Salah's always close to being top goal scorer. So you're guaranteed like extra points for free because I don't know why they do it, but they put him as a midfielder. So happy days, Mo. Let's look at G's team then. Seeing as Double A's got a few Arsenal players, I'm expecting a few Newcastle players for Double A in this team. Let's take a look at G's team. Okay, so we've got Alisson, Cancelo, Reece James, Emerson Royal, Van Dijk, Saka, De Bruyne, Ward-Prowse, Son, Jesus, and Sturridge. I nearly said Sturridge then, you know.
So did I when I read his name out. I was like, damn, he moved to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, like, what? It's the red kit as well. Like, the red kit, I was like, Sturridge is back. So, G, talk us through this team a little bit. I'll leave it on for a second. Talk us through this team.
The reality is it was a toss-up between Son and Salah, but Son is at home this week, and I think they're more nailed on. Well, he's more nailed on, in my opinion, to score this weekend than Salah is, in my opinion. So that's the only reason why. But I'll probably change it next week, depending on the fixture. The rest kind of, I would have had Trent in there, but I had to choose between Trent and what's his name, Cancelo. Cancelo will get more goals than Trent. Reece James will get more goals than Trent. That's the only reason why they got put ahead of him. But again, throughout the season, I'm just gonna like change it up. I'm gonna be a bit more focused this season. So from game week to game week, I'm gonna try and change it up, like just depending on the fixtures. But for the first game of the season, that's just what I went with. But Mo will be in there, guaranteed.
I like that you've gone first game of the season because I think Double A's done the same as me and gone right longevity, just in case I miss a game week. I've put a team in there that I think consistently across the season might do well. But you're on top of it, so you're like, you know what, Son.
But even that team, like James Ward-Prowse, we all know he's captain. Yeah. He's definitely going to be playing every game if he's available. Saka,
penalties,
every game.
Free kicks, corners.
Come on, man. These are like easy. These are points I was missing out on last season because I kept thinking, nah, he's not going to do anything this game. And then he'll bag a bloody free kick like from 100 yards. And you're just like, what's going on?
Completely agree.
Do you know what it is, though? You can't, sometimes you've got to, like, you see with the top players, like, because I was thinking that with Salah, maybe I don't put him in straight away, and I put in other players like maybe Kane or De Bruyne or something else. But the thing is, when you don't put them in, and then they have good games, their value goes up, and then it makes it all harder. So if you take them out when their value's gone up, you've got a bit more money to play with, and that can make the difference in actually strengthening your side. So,
no, I agree.
So
totally
you got to kind of weigh it up a little bit.
I've never thought of that before. I've always thought of it the other way around, where if I get a cheap player and they might do well, the value goes up, which takes my team value up, kind of thing. Yeah. I've never thought about maybe getting someone who's going to start banging goals in, like Saka, for example. He might start flying, and he's not that expensive. His price could go up like 2 million, and if you take him out your team, you get that money. Like, oh, that's a good shirt, that Double A. I've never thought of that, to be honest. But let's have a look at the champions team, the winner of the league this season, Ash's team. So,
Ash is definitely losing. I'm seeing Man United players in there. He's not winning for a shot.
You know what? Listen, you gotta take gambles.
What's going on out here?
You gotta take gambles in this life. Like Mendy in goal. I feel like if Chelsea get it right, they've got a solid defensive setup. Maybe I know we were talking about before. It could be weak, but maybe against big teams. But I feel like against lesser teams, with Reece James, Thiago Silva, Koulibaly, and Chilwell. Yeah, Chilwell. You're not going to concede a lot of goals. Trent has to be in there. Zinchenko, Trippier. I've got all wing backs. I've got Kukurea on the bench as well. Jed Spence.
No, that's
Wing
clever.
backs are the ones to go with in fantasy league because crosses, assists, that's what you're looking for. Then Salah has to be in there. Mahrez. No one's talking about. I feel like we're all sleeping on Mahrez a bit. He was Man City's top goal scorer last season. Man City's best player last season, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Not that expensive. Midfielder as well. So you get the points for the goals. I had to put Mahrez in there. I feel like Sancho last season wasn't his best season, but we'll see a different Sancho. Guimaraes, that's the one. Guimaraes takes 3 kicks. Goal scoring midfielder. And then Nunez, Jesus, and Martial. I think G's happy with Jesus. I feel like with Jesus, he's going to be the number 9. He's going to be the goal scorer for Arsenal this season. Nunez is going to get a bag of goals. We just know he's going to score. And I think Martial, if he plays in pre-season, he's got 4 goals in pre-season. If he plays, which I think he will, I think it's going to be a fight between Martial and Rashford. I think Sancho and Ronaldo, if Ronaldo stays, probably will start. And then it's going to be a fight between who plays Martial or Rashford. And I think Martial, Ajax connections, knows how he plays. I think he could be a dark horse this season. So that's my team. I don't know who the fans think is going to win this one, but our teams are going into the league. Make sure you put your teams in the league. Let me just pop the code up again for you because we're going to jump straight in now and we're going to pick our Kloppzone team. Boys are going to work together. Double AG and myself are going to work together. We're going to pick you a team that you're not going to beat. This Kloppzone team, I'm putting more heart into this Kloppzone team than I am to my own team because I feel like we need to. I feel like we've got to prove a point to the fans that we know what we're talking about. So 3 brains are better than 1. So let's get into this. Let me just pop the screen up right now and let's get going with this fantasy team. So I don't know how you want to start. We've got 100 million. Do you want to go who we need in there first? Let's have a player each who we're just going to put in there. We need them in the team. G, is there someone you just think they've got to be in there?
Alisson
has to be, you think? That's interesting. Let's add Alisson. We might change that. We don't know.
Yeah. No, we can swap it all around and stuff.
Double A, you got a player that we need in this team.
All right, I want to put up 2. I'll let you 2 decide. Trent or Cancelo?
Look at the point difference from last season. Bloody hell.
But the thing is, right?
And one's 5.
Cancelo, 5 million, 0.5 less than Trent, and only 7 points difference.
We may have to go Cancelo on this one.
Yeah, go Cancelo.
Well, yeah, we can swap it though. We can swap it.
Yeah, plus there's other Liverpool players who we could put in.
Yeah.
So we'll go Cancelo. It hurts me, Trent. I'm sorry, bro, but we're going to go Cancelo.
We're just thinking smart, Trent. Don't worry. We're just thinking smart.
I don't want to be that guy that spends big.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at
You know what I mean? But
yeah.
James Ward-Prowse, man.
Yeah, he has to be in. Look at that, 6.5. He's got to be in. Penalties, free
Sterling is 10 million. Ugh.
Sterling, 10 million.
Ew.
It's a lot, but when you look at it, compared to like Son, he could potentially get that amount of goals. De Bruyne, 10 million's probably about. Saka, for me, 8. That's low. I feel like Saka should be in there.
Bernardo, 7. Interesting.
He might go to Barcelona.
Yeah. Because I looked at him as well, and I was thinking, I don't want to put him in and then fucking Barcelona do there.
Who's going to be the main guy for us? Are we going Mo? Are we going Haaland? Are we going? We need that one big main guy. You think Mo?
I say Mo personally.
Mohamed
Consistency,
Salah.
He's going to play
in the team.
Right, hold on. How much money we got left first? Let's slow down. How much money we got left to play?
We got 68. We're laughing. We got 6. I'll do the math. Don't worry. We got 68. We're all right. Could we go in now? I think drop this price. Let's see who we can get for around about 7.
Yeah.
We'll pack this team out with some some good value players. Let's look who we can get for around about 7 million. So we've got our goalkeeper. Let's take a look at defenders.
Van Dijk is 6 point. Yo, I did not know that. But then again,
thing
defenders
is-
are usually quite low.
Yeah, Van Dijk, week in, week out, is going to play. Is he going to get that many goals, that many assists?
Well,
Might
look at it, though.
Yeah,
In
it's
that
weird.
bracket, to be fair.
You might get.
You know what? If you're going to pick a Liverpool player and you're going to go central defender, I would go Matip over Van Dijk because he scores.
Is Kanate going to play more though this season? Because Kanate scores, and Kanate is like way down. How much he's going to be, I don't know.
Yeah, but well, if you look at what happened in the last few games, I think it's going to be Matip, to be honest, at the moment.
Yeah, it is at the
And
moment.
if you take the Community Shield as a sort of reference point, where we argue we played our strongest time, you don't really rate the Community Shield as, I think it's a personally glorified friendly, but we basically played as first to our close team as we would play, and Matip was the one that got the start. So I think come Fulham, Matip is probably in contention to get that place next to Van Dijk over anybody else.
Are you putting Matip in there ahead of, like, last season? Let's not forget Trippier was injured for a lot of the season. He's going to be free kicks, corners.
Connor Cody.
Actually, I put Trippier in my team originally as well, but I just couldn't afford. Like, you see, my team, what I always do, I put the players that I want in first.
Yeah.
And then I see how much I need to cut out, because I always go over the 100 million, and then I start seeing where I can chop and change. Who is a necessity? Who I need to keep? And Trippier was actually, I picked Trent, I picked Cancelo, then I picked Trippier, because he takes the free kicks, he takes the corners, everything for fucking Newcastle. So yeah, I picked him. But when it came to it, I had to get rid of him because I couldn't afford to keep him. So he was the fall guy. So I think Trippier is a good shout, to be honest. I think Reece James is a good shout as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, Reece, if you're looking at Matip for 6, why would you get Matip? And I know his points are higher last season. That's maybe based on clean sheets. But when you look at the likes of Reece James, yes, he was injured. He's going to get more points this season. Trippier was injured. He's going to take free kicks. With Wilson in there, he's going to get more goals because Wilson...
How many goals do Wolves concede, though?
That's why I wouldn't have Cody in there, because they concede quite a few goals. I feel like clean sheets and assists are the main thing for defenders in this. Let's start stacking the team out anyway. Let's start packing some players in there. Are we wanting Reece James in?
Yeah.
How much is Reece James?
6 million.
And how much is
Trippier is 5, I think.
If Trippier is cheaper, then just go Trippier for now.
5, Trippier, 9. Let's get Trippier in there.
Let's change it after. Let's try and see where we can save the money.
Yeah, where we can save a bit of money, man.
Let's get some forwards in there then. Because the forwards is difficult because there's not that many that stand out. Because everyone's in midfield, in my opinion. You look at Havertz, he's not. Why is he a forward? I don't understand. I don't understand why Havertz is in there.
Mbuemo, is he a striker?
It's a strange one, but you look at it's like, do you take a risk on a Wilson? Do you take a risk on someone like Firmino? That's ridiculous. He's not going to play that much. But
8 million.
All right, but you say Wilson, are you going to take a risk on him? Who else are Newcastle really going to play up top? They're not going to
play. Yeah, but the thing is, they didn't last season. He didn't play much, did he? And he
got injured.
He gets injured too much.
He got injured. He had that bad injury, and then he was out.
They had Almiron, Maximan,
dead Wood,
and Fraser in it.
Yeah, and Wood is super dead.
Yeah, Wood is dead Wood. Like you just said, Wood is dead Wood. Like literally, man. Striker time. If you look at the top,
I think we've kind of got to go for either Kane, Haaland, or Nunes. You know, I just don't think Nunes is going to start the first game.
We have to have a big one. So let's maximum points are on there. Let's look at price then. Sort it out by price. See who the rating this season. Ronaldo again. Is Ronaldo going to be the guy?
Who knows with Ronaldo, man? The king is back.
If you look at Haaland and Kane, you're talking 2.5 million less for Nunes, who, in my opinion, is probably going to score more goals than those two.
I agree. I think.
Haaland's
is
goal
he going to
distribution.
start?
Yeah. Nunes will
Actually, it
start.
doesn't even matter if he starts.
He's still going to get the goals.
But is he going to come on and make an impact in this first week, coming off the bench? That's
done
what.
It in the charity.
If you guys think, I know.
Did it against Leipzig.
If you guys have faith in him to do it, then cool. I'm cool to put him in. But if we're putting him in, because he has to really, we can't put him in and say, oh, he's not going to start him on the bench. That's too much money.
He's going to play. He's going to come on at some point, and I think he's going to get a goal.
If we put him
but
in,
if he comes in, he doesn't make it. The thing about fantasy, and this is the issue with it, is that if he comes in, he plays well, but he doesn't get an assist or goal.
Yeah,
which doesn't matter for me actually as he develops, but for this, that matters. It's all system goals for strikers. So
I wouldn't put Kane in this. Kane's never proven in August. Never proven.
Very true.
Yeah, but Spurs get a penalty. Cool.
He's
Kane's got this August weird thing. I don't even know what it is.
He's got a hoodoo. Haaland's not hit the ground running. So the safe bet for me is Nunes right now. Or Jesus.
I'll be honest, it's Jesus. I'll take Jesus over Darwin Nunes, man.
Who are they playing?
Right now, I would take. Do you know what? Right now, for this game, I would take Jesus.
Just because you know he's going to start. You know he's starting. Like Gary,
he's going to start.
He's not injured. He's starting.
Who they play in Arsenal? Arsenal play.
Palace ain't going to make it easy for them, you know.
Do you know what? Crystal Palace, that's a tough game, you know.
Hold on, keep those fixtures there, please. Just 1 second.
But at the price,
you know what? Actually, you know what?
Jesus,
maybe Wilson. You know, for this first game week, you know, maybe Wilson, because Newcastle got Forest. Forest are getting dumped out of this league quick, so I think maybe Newcastle.
Fulham are getting dumped out quick.
If you look at those fixtures, you're looking at Tottenham, you're looking at Newcastle. Maybe Liverpool, but we're away.
Leicester versus Brentford could be goals in that.
Who is City playing West Ham?
Do you think Vardy's still got it though?
Nah, Vardy's.
Oh, no, I ain't buying him for that price. No way.
He was going to be my flop. Vardy was going to be my flop. Do you know what? Wilson's a shirt. Wilson can go in with Jesus if we're not putting Salah or Haaland or anyone in. So we're putting Wilson in with Jesus.
Yeah, I'm good with that. If you want someone else,
put it in for now. Let's see how the money.
Let's see how the money goes.
We're 47.5. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players left. So we're looking at about 5, just over 6 million per player now. We've got left, which is defenders. We can get defenders for 5. So we can cut some money. Should we get our...
All right. Let me say one thing. I don't know if you guys like to do this, but what I like to do, I like to try and find all right, so goalkeeper,
4
million. Think for the reserve goalkeeper, just try and find the cheapest goalkeeper available out of the lowest ones, find the best one. And then I do the same for midfield and defense. So that gives me a bit more money to play with those other positions. So I just try and find whatever's the cheapest on that list. I think it's like 4 million or 4.5, and try and find someone that will play.
Yeah.
And is in a semi-strongest team if it's a defense. So you might get the odds points from the clean sheet, and the midfielder that might make a difference.
Adrian might play this week, you know, but they're never going to play again. Do you know what I mean? Like Kelleher's going to be in there again, but when you look at some of these,
you can't use Liverpool ones. You can't use Liverpool because you've got too many top players.
Alisson's always going to play
as the resolve back, as the backup goalkeeper. Like for my team, I chose Fraser Forster of Spurs because I don't think he's going to play that much, but
if at all,
I'm thinking Gazaniga might play at Fulham. You know,
I was trying to look at these lower league teams and see who their goalkeeper is, but I'll just pick anyone in the anyone down there. Just pick any of their goalkeepers.
Let's chuck Gazaniga because we're not going to pick a Fulham player, so we'll chuck him in there. He might come in at some point. We don't
need one more midfielder who can.
Yeah, I feel like we need to pack our midfield a decent midfielder. So let's have a look who we've got in midfield.
I say put one of the cheaper ones in first.
And then defense,
and then we can play around it because then we got more potential to play around and do a bit.
So let's play around 7
with the midfield and defense, if that makes sense.
Play around 7 million. Coutinho, Zaha.
Coutinho's a good shout.
Yeah,
If
Coutinho
he hits the ground running, Odegaard for me is a good shout.
Odegaard, yes.
But does Odegaard get a lot of goals and assists?
No, but
Yeah, he's
Then we're
right.
not going to get the points. You're only going to get 2 points for him just because he
see,
plays.
the thing is, if you can guarantee Eriksen's playing,
Yeah,
he's getting assists, but you can't guarantee. If you can guarantee Bernardo Silva staying, you'd put him straight in there. If you could guarantee, see, Buendia is a good player, but Pulisic for me 6. If he played week in week out, Pulisic should be a great player, but you can't guarantee. I think that's why the price is so low.
Yeah.
That's why I put
Guimaraes.
I put Guimaraes in there because he got goals last season.
You know what, actually? Lingard.
I don't think Lingard.
That's why I put Lingard in. All right, you see the thing with Lingard. Even if Forest are struggling, who's going to be their set piece taker probably? Who's more likely going to take their penalties? Who's going to take their corners? It's going to be Lingard. It is going to be him, to be honest.
If not him, then I'm looking at Trossard or.
Do you know what? Do we play it clever and put someone in like a Trossard because no one else is going to put him in? And if he has a good game week, that's a lot of extra points for us.
Who have they got?
That you don't want a Brighton player this week. Away to United.
Why not?
Oh, no. It's away to United. I don't know about that.
Away to United.
I thought it was away to City. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a bit different. But to United.
Nah.
If not, so in my mind.
Who's Aston Villa? Coutinho again, maybe.
I was just about to say, yeah, Coutinho.
That's what I'm saying.
Coutinho.
Bournemouth.
Let's go.
Or
Coutinho.
even Ramsey 5.5.
Coutinho could light them up, you know. He could light up Bournemouth.
Coutinho's 8 though. He's 8 million. Coutinho.
Oh, is that what he is? Oh, yeah, I thought
he was 7. Is he 8?
Nah, unless he might actually have got points. Let me look at price.
No, he's 7. He's in my team. He's 7.
The Liverpool connections as well. We'll put him in there. We'll get him in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players left. 36.5. So we're still around 6 million per player. Should we get some cheap defenders in there? Let's look what we can get. So then we can spend some more money on midfielders and attackers. Let's look at points.
Do you think Chilwell's a good shout for Chelsea?
I was thinking Chilwell, but I think price-wise, is he a bit expensive when you can get the likes of a Cash for Villa?
I don't think Cash is going to do that well. I thought about him as well.
Going to get as much points as.
Do you know what I've done? I've put Cucurella in there because he might go to City or Chelsea.
Yeah,
he's only 5 million now.
Yeah, let's put Cucurella, man.
How much points did he get last season? Let's have a look.
Cucurella.
Yeah,
126. That's where this is in points order. So these are the points they got last season.
So he's up on there.
He's up there. He's higher than Cresswell for the price as well. Like better than White, better than Tierney, Davis, Reguilon. There's a lot of players below. Like Target played well last season, so I feel like it could.
Actually, saying that, I was just looking at Van Dijk. Actually, Van Dijk.
I wonder what happens then if we had too many Chelsea players, for example, and he moved to Chelsea. What would then happen?
That's what I always think, because I've got too many.
I think they'd have to change. You'll probably get a message or something saying you need to take him out.
I don't know.
Or they let you keep.
I feel like they'd let him keep it for a game week.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a game week, and then I think you'll have to change him the week after.
Yeah,
but it'd be a free hit. It wouldn't cost anything.
It wouldn't cost anything.
Yeah. If he moves, that's why I'm putting him in for 5. If he moves to Chelsea or City, I'm keeping him there for 5 million. 100%. Because you know for a fact his price is going to go up to like 6.5.
100%.
So we've got Cucurella in there. We've got 31.5 left for 5 players, just over 6 per player again. Do we need that one would you rather have a dirt cheap defender, like bottom of the barrel, or midfielder? I feel like,
do you know what?
Defender or attacker,
what formation?
More important.
All right, before we move on and decide that, what formation roughly do you think we're going to look to play? Because that also brings a factor in it as well. I play 3-4-3.
Always 3 at the back.
That's what I think. And then I play 4 in midfield, then I play 3 strikers.
Yeah, either 3-4-3 or 3-5-2 every week.
So I think it depends on that, on where we strengthen them. Because all right, you say our defense looks pretty good.
The reality, the defense is already sorted out. If you're saying that, then it's already done.
So then it's what we do going forwards with the midfield and the strikers. Then,
if you look at that strike force, that's a gamble. I feel like we need someone who's going to actually get guaranteed goals.
I don't think it's that much of a gamble, to be honest.
Wilson is for 7.5. Wilson's a gamble.
Yeah, Wilson's a jammy player.
Wilson's all right. He is.
All right, Jordan.
But he's proven. I just think he's proven to get goals.
Yeah,
he is.
No matter everything else, he's proven to get goals. I don't think he's a great player by any means. I'd probably say he's bar average, to be honest. But he scores.
Let's put a really cheap defender in there. You look at like Vestergaard.
Nico Williams. What about
Nico? I put Nico in.
That's a shout, you know.
Put Nico in.
Because he's got the shot on him still.
Yeah, he might get a couple of
Nico's going to play. He's going to play.
Oh, yeah.
I think. But Tanganga's going to get a game in that. But Nico's going to play.
Nah, Tanganga looks like they want to offload him. He's looking like he might go.
But Tanganga don't score or get assists.
Yeah, he gets sent off more than he does get goals.
Yeah. Right, let's get. Are we putting another cheap one in? Vestergaard.
Wait for the moment. Let's go to the midfield attack and see what we're doing.
Yeah. We can just throw anyone in anyway, to be honest.
How much money we got? We've got 27.
We've got 27. We've got 4 players. So we're looking now roughly about 7 million, just short of 7 million per player. But we could go for like a 9. Maybe I think the attacker needs to be higher value. I think we can get good midfielders around 8 million.
All right, look at the attackers then. Let's see what's about.
It's like Saka again. Like Saka's only 8. Saka's a great show.
Oh, you think about it for midfield or attack?
Either. But I'm thinking if we get that midfielder in now for cheaper, then we can pay big for an attacker. And I'm looking at
what Saka. I would say,
Odegaard.
I would go Saka.
No, I'll go Saka.
Mahrez is going to get more points. Do you know? No, in fact, Saka got more last season.
If you're going to go for points, if we're going for points, if we're going for, I'm saying Mahrez or Saka. I would say Odegaard. No.
If Bowen was the same price as Saka, I would have gone with Bowen purely because he'll get the goals over there.
How much is Bowen?
8.5.
8.5.
Huh?
Yeah, that's it. More than
Saka. You already know.
So we got. Are you thinking Saka?
Because of the price, that's the.
He's going to play week in, week out.
He's going to play week in, week out. I would go Saka over Mahrez for that reason.
Saka takes penalties. Saka takes penalties as well.
Yeah,
guaranteed to play bar injury, whereas Mahrez
is tricky. Yeah. Because I would have had Mahrez in there instead, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but do you know what? That's one thing I know that's fucked me up with fantasy league so many times. I pick Man City players and Pep just fucks me over.
Yeah, all the time.
And it really pisses me off.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. It really.
That's why Cancelo's a good shout because Cancelo's gonna play.
He's always gonna.
Unless they get but even if they get Cucurella, he's going to play on the right. So he's going to play every week. Let's look at an attacker then.
Yeah, I was going to say let's see this bad boy striker.
Let's look who we've got. See, after Kane and Ronaldo, price is low anyway. Do you know what
drops off, innit?
The quality is so crap; it is unreal.
So bad.
Because I would choose none, but we got to choose someone.
It shows that the Premier League is a league full of wingers.
Yeah.
Where's Nunes?
He's 8 mil.
He's at the top because he's going to be at the bottom.
Oh yeah, it's price. Let's because new players will be in the league in it. So let's have a look. Because Haaland, Nunes is 9. That's a good price.
But picking him first week, the issue for me is not picking him; it's picking him first week. If that makes sense.
Who else? Who's going to get goals then? First week, look at these lineups. Who's getting goals? Wilson. That's why we've put him in. Maybe. Bournemouth and Villa. It's away though. If Villa were at home, I'd potentially say put Watkins in. I don't like him, but I think he'd score if they were.
I don't like Watkins. No, I used to like him. I don't like him no more.
You see the light. You see the light. You see the light.
Spurs at Southampton. We need a Spurs player in this team.
Yes, we do.
And the only one I'm thinking, Son.
Kane's expensive though, man.
Kane's
Do you know who's not a bad shout? Kulu.
You're right.
Who's that?
Kulusevski.
That's a good shirt. Midfield, though, isn't it? Or is he classed as a striker?
No, he's classed as midfield.
Oh, we're looking at
him as well. He's about 8. And I went for Coutinho over him because again it's the P's.
8, yeah. That's a lot though. Again, he might not even. Oh yeah, because Rich Allison's injured, so we will play.
Yeah. So that's the thing. If we go for Kulusevski, I'd say we're playing everyone in our midfield.
Kulusevski, and then if you look around there as well,
3-5-2.
Hold on.
A weaker striker.
How many Liverpool players do we have?
We've got 2.
If we don't have Darwin, then I would have said then put Diaz in there. If we don't have Darwin in our team, so it's a choice basically between if I had to just pick between who else did we say, or who did you
think? This is why I wouldn't put in Diaz yet. Yeah,
he's going to play every week.
Diaz plays well, and I think Diaz is going to start. But at the moment, Diaz don't get the goals and assists.
He's busy doing nothing.
How many points he got last season?
Yeah, go on. Since he joined.
Where's his total points last season? So 64 last season, which would have meant he'd have got 128. So that's so let's have a look who got the most points last season. See, you're looking around about Harvey Barnes, Odegaard, Mahrez. You look.
See, that's all jammy, like that's all jammy.
But then he's going to improve. He's going to get more goals. He will get more. But then if you get Diaz in there, we could swap him for a Mahrez if we need to, a Foden. Like, depending on the match week, it's a good price to kind of change and swap him around.
True.
We're going to get... I think we're going to get goals against Fulham. None of us have Diaz in our personal team as well, so I feel like it's a bit of contrast from...
So if we put Diaz in, are we still looking at a top strike?
Who's first got this week?
Who Spurs
got? Southampton.
Yeah.
That's a harder game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we put Diaz in, then we've got 11.5. Let's see if we can get a cheap defender.
Get defender for 4 million and then spend 7.5 on the striker.
Yeah.
Does he not go lower than 4 million? Is 4 million literally the lowest?
4 million is the lowest, yeah.
So like Vestergaard, Valerie's like might have a show.
I'll let you get the pick. Anyone.
Will, if Fofana leaves, if Fofana's leaving,
Valerie.
Look at
why don't you come on over? Who we having? Valerie.
Yeah,
go on. Valerie in. Who did we say?
Who have Leicester got for? I wouldn't put Valerie in anyway, just because they've got top.
Vestergaard's going to get headers as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, they've got.
I got Vestergaard in my team, to be honest.
We're not going to even. We're saying who's he got. We're not going to put Vestergaard starting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, he's not going to start. Yeah, he's on the bench.
7.5 left.
But we might do a bench boost 1 week. You know what I mean? You know, so we might need these players. You know what I mean? We might need these players.
By that time, hopefully, our team has improved. We've got some more.
More
money to play with. So we can take the man out.
This is a nice little kind of bracket to work with, to be honest. I say that, and then I'm looking.
It is, but it's not.
I was just about to say, bro, you said it in, and then I see these names, man. Jesus Christ.
Antonio would be a shoo-in, but they're playing City, so he's not going to get... But do you know what it is? We'll be talking about Antonio, and then you know he's going to probably go and get 2 against City or something.
Antonio's the kind of guy that can give them problems, though, you know?
Yeah.
And then Ings is my other shout, though. But Ings, he's a bit... Yeah.
Watkins will play. Watkins is going to play over Ings. You just know.
Brentford playing.
Oh, yes. That's a shout.
Maybe Tony at 7.
Leicester as well. That's a shout, you know.
You know what? Let's go Tony. Let's try Tony. Let's try.
Do you know what? Is he gonna? Yeah, he will play because we're not going to play Ward-Prowse in week 1, are we? If they're playing Spurs.
But you know what? Then we got 5 to play with. So should we try and go? Should we see where we can improve somewhere?
So
that's what I'm saying.
Do we want to
check the strikers again? Let's see if Wilson can maybe just.
Let's go 8.5 because we've got 8 for Jesus. Nah, see, it's the same ones.
It's the same ones, nah, man.
Havertz, Havertz is dead to me.
Nah, I don't want him in there.
It's the midfield where you can get the best value for money. If you look at that midfield, you've got goals in there, you've got assists.
Who we take out in midfield then maybe?
Maybe Coutinho take out 7.5.
You know what? No. Yeah. Sorry, Coutinho.
Okay, then who will we put in?
Let's have a look. Midfield is 7.5. Bernardo Silva, like if he stays at City,
if he stays up,
that's the.
Do you know what we could do? We could put him in.
Gundogan's probably going to play.
You're going to be in control of the team, Ash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harvey Barnes.
Then I could say we could maybe put Bernardo in. Actually, Bernardo's the same price, so if you just swap him for Coutinho, it doesn't actually make a difference in the price range. But I was just going to say we could put him in, and as long as we check on Friday before the deadline time, if he's not at City no more, then we just put Coutinho back in. If he is, we keep him in.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Or do we go with Gundogan safe bet? Is he going to start? Is he going to play? If Silva goes,
if he's going to start.
If they're going to play Gundogan in that role that he played in 2021, they will do if Silva goes. But if Silva stays, he's going to be like a box-to-box.
So let's leave maximum. I would leave. I would leave that one for a hot second, and then we can just change it as Double A literally said. If Silva stays before that deadline, then we just throw Silva in, and then if not, then we can put Gundogan in. If I'm being honest,
see if there's any new midfielders because we've got points.
Who have Leicester got this season though?
Sancho.
The first game.
Is Sancho going to get assist and
goal? Got Brentford.
I'm looking at Harvey Barnes. I can't even lie, man. He seems to start off well.
Yeah, but Leicester are just dead this season. That's why I'm like...
At home, first game of the season. I feel like...
United are at home to Brighton.
I just don't trust Manchester United, honestly. I just don't trust them.
Neither do I. I really would have said Sancho then, maybe.
Yeah, I would have said Sancho. How much is Kulusevski, man?
He's 8, I think.
He's 8.
How much have we got?
7.5.
See, I would have Kulusevski then over Diaz then.
Nah.
So would I personally.
Yeah, man. He's more guaranteed to get me the points than Diaz is. Diaz isn't guaranteed.
I think so.
Unless we're talking shots from outside the box, they give you a point for that. But if not, then Kulusevski.
He is throwing shade at Diaz here.
Because he's just a guy who just...
So Kulusevski, you think? If Diaz, right, I'm saying this live on camera. Let me look at the camera for this one.
He's trying to dig us out.
He's trying to dig us out, bro. It's cool.
I'm going to put Kulusevski in. But I'm telling you now, Diaz is getting a goal or an assist at the weekend. Hands down.
We will hold our hands up. We'll hold our hands up. It'll be on us. Right,
let's get Kulusevski. I can't believe I'm doing this. I cannot believe I'm doing this. Let's get Kulusevski in there. Kulusevski's in. Kulo. Right.
All right.
We've still got 0.5 to play with. Tony's 7. There's no one for 7.5 anyway, is there? We've looked at that.
No, there's no one interesting.
Defense. Is there anyone 5.5? But who you're taking out? Would you take Trippier out? Trippier's a good shout because he's going to get assists and take free kicks.
We've got 4 million, 4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, no. I was looking at this
card because we're not going to play any other defenders anyway, are we? Like,
yeah.
Do we go really gamble, take Kulusevski back out, get someone really cheap, and then swap one of these guys for a big guy, like for a De Bruyne or or an attacker get like Haaland in there.
How many Liverpool players have we got? 2.
Because we're not going to play 3-5-3.
How have we got? 2, yeah?
2 Liverpool players.
Yeah, 2 Liverpool players.
Oh, all right. How much is Trippier's? Am I seeing that right? Is he 5 million?
5. Yeah, Trippier's 5.
I was gonna say maybe take it, but it's a lot of money though when you look at it that way. If you maybe take out Trippier and then put in Trent, and then we go a bit weaker in midfield, but then that means we're going for a 5.5 midfielder, which is.
I'm thinking, do we want to go?
That's a steep drop.
Yeah. Do we want to go with a 3-5-2? We can take Tony out, get someone really cheap, take Kulusevski out, and get someone.
You're bang on taking Kulo out since we put him in.
Or take someone else out. Like, let's look at midfielders.
No, I'm playing.
We could put Son in maybe for 12.
Okay.
We'd have to take like Wilson out over Tony. Like, do you know, like someone like that? Sterling we could put in. If we took Tony out, got someone for 5, took Kulusevski out, we could put Sterling in.
I don't trust Sterling just yet. Not yet. Maybe give him a bit
of
time in the season because we don't know what's happening.
Free kicks, penalties.
He was a shout in my head though.
Trash,
so do I.
Trash, man.
Oh yeah, for real.
Bowen strikers.
There's no point even risking. I'd stick with Kulusevski over Bowen just for the fact that he's at Spurs. Spurs are going to be better this season.
But Bowen
we don't actually have to spend the 0.5 either, you know. If we don't,
we don't have to
play with.
Yeah, that is true. We can keep it.
Out of that, say these matches, right? Out of those, this match week, I'm seeing Tottenham, Liverpool, Newcastle, guaranteed, I think, goals. Everyone else, it's kind of open.
Do you know what? I'm seeing Liverpool, Villa, and Newcastle.
Villa maybe.
Tottenham, I'm not sure about, you know, because all right, you see the thing with Conte, yeah, it's not like when Tottenham are going to play like weak teams, Conte's just going to go all out attack on them.
Yeah,
he kind of holds back, if that makes sense. And Southampton normally start. You see the thing with Southampton is that they normally start the season well. They do well up to a certain point where then they're safe, and then they just start getting smashed by everyone. And then but by that time they're always safe, if that makes sense. Then they just start getting battered by teams and stuff. But they're always just about stay up because they've done so well in the beginning. And Southampton consistently done that. So I expect them to start quite strong in this game, to be honest. And I do think Spurs will beat them, but I don't think it will be that much of an open game. And I don't see too many goals in it.
I think we can keep the team how it is, you know.
Keep it how it is.
Well, I think Bournemouth at home, I think they're going to try and go for it against Villa, thinking that, all right, if anything, Villa are a team that, all right, maybe we shouldn't be beaten, but we're going to have as much chance as any. And at home, this is a chance for us to make a statement. So I think they're going to kind of go at it. And Parker's not like too defensive of a guy. So
do you know what?
I can see Villa picking them off, to be honest.
I think they will. But my only problem is we're going to have one guy who we want in our starting team on the bench because we've got 3-5-3 potentially. Maybe you might say Ward-Prowse goes on the bench this week and he's one that we put in when they're playing a kind of average team, not playing Spurs. But then they could get a penalty. They could get a free kick.
No, but if we play 5 in midfield, what's the issue?
We'd have to take either Tony out, Wilson out, Jesus out.
Then just take Tony out.
So then what's the point in having Tony? That's what I mean. We might as well get someone for 4, and then you've got 3 million. 3 million.
You've got 4. The cheapest striker is 5. No, 4.5. 4.5 cheapest striker.
So if we had 4.5, though, this is what I'm saying. We've got 3 million then to put on one of these. So we could swap Coutinho for...
All right, so take out 4.5. Yeah. How much is Tony? 7, yeah?
7, yeah. Let's have a look at 4.5.
2.5 to play with.
4.5 doesn't matter who.
Just pick Archer.
Archer.
He actually plays. He'll play this season.
So we've now got 3 million to swap someone, and
3 million.
like, what have we got attacking wise now for 3 million? Like,
all right. Go look at who did you
Just
take
go for
out?
the highest defender. Yeah.
Go for
Ronaldo for Wilson.
Go to the strikers.
Yeah, I'm on
So
strikers.
that would be 10.5.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Ronaldo out, Wilson in.
You're going for the
Nunes.
King,
Nunes. If you,
I'd rather go for Nunes than
listen,
Ronaldo.
Jesus Christ, man.
listen though,
Ronaldo's not going to start either.
No, he's
I'd rather
not.
go for Nunes than
Yeah, we're sucking our
Ronaldo.
teeth over. Are we going to choose Darwin or Wilson? Come on.
No.
We're not choosing between the
that.
two. It's who's going to play. I don't care.
It's not
No.
that. Who's going to
No,
score?
I said put Nunes in. But then that still gives us another 1.5 to play with. So I'm thinking, where else can we improve then?
Right.
Because 1.5 is a lot of money just to leave on the
Check
bench.
and midfield for 8.5.
8.5 for Coutinho is either one you're looking at thinking maybe
8.5 or even 9.5.
Yeah, or even 9.5. Yeah, let's go as high as 9.5. Let's go as high as 9.5. Just to see.
Between 8.5 and 9.5 and see who's around.
Well, there's no 9.5s. It's there's no 9s. It's just 8.5s and 8s. Mahrez again. Like if you're choosing between Coutinho and Mahrez, I think Mahrez starts this week because
I pray he does. That's what's bugging me. I pray he does because that would work. I would then take Coutinho out straight away. You put Mahrez in easy.
All right. So we've got Ward Prowse.
Gonna...
He's 6.5, yeah?
Yeah.
So we could get someone for 8. Who's good at 8 that we could put in? That's
Mahrez.
So we take Mahrez out for Ward Prowse then?
The only problem with that for me is you're never going to put Ward Prowse
back guaranteed to stay.
Ward Prowse is going to get you points for that price, like throughout the season.
You have to keep Ward Prowse in there. Like I feel like don't take him out.
Yeah,
to be honest, because you're not going to get any midfielder.
If you want Ward Prowse back in that team, then you're going to have to take an £8 million player out, and you're not going to want to do that as well. He's just one you keep in, whether he's on the bench or whatever. I think he stays.
You know what? I'm going to go with the faith. Let's try Mahrez for Coutinho.
I'd say that was the swap for me as well.
Let's try that.
Mahrez for Coutinho. We've still got 0.5 left again. Is there a 5.5 defender that we want? Because you can get some good defenders for this price. Koulibaly's in the Stones.
From when I'm seeing Perisic, this is a crappy list.
To be honest, there's no one in there that stands out above Trippier and Cucurella for me. Maybe you'd say
Alonso if he was going to stay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, but he's not going. I think.
All right, but see, the thing is, all right, you see what you lot are saying about Perisic. One thing with Perisic, though, he does score goals.
And he's going to play. He's an attacking. He might play in midfield. He might play as a left winger.
Yeah. To be fair.
Go on, you swap him for Vestergaard then. Swap him for Vestergaard.
We can't swap him for Vestergaard. We'd have to swap him for Cucurella or
Trippier. Nah. He can stay on the stay out.
How much we got left? 1.5 still.
0.5. So unless we just boost Archer up to a 5.
Boost Archer up.
Let's see what
Archer. Boost up Archer. I would say. Because who the fuck is Archer? Who's Archer? No disrespect, Archer. But who are?
No disrespect.
Yeah, but at 5, you can only go for Enciso. I don't know who he is at Brighton.
Yeah, that's
Rondon.
Yeah, there's no point swapping. Like, there's no point.
Surridge. But you pick Surridge. Is Surridge any good?
I picked him because he was the only player I could afford at that time.
Okay.
I think definitely keep. See, is Kulusevski gonna play?
Okay, actually, no.
He's gonna play. Kulusevski's gonna play.
Sorry, swap Surridge for Archer. Won't Surridge play?
Surridge, I don't know. I really don't know.
Doesn't look like a player who plays.
Kulusevski's going to play. especially if
No.
Richarlison's injured. They're going to play 3 up top.
Yeah.
Spurs. They're going to play Kulusevski, Son, and Kane. So he's going to play.
Should we look who
I'll say
Spurs
just leave
have got?
it for now. Just leave
Let's
it.
look who Spurs have got first.
They've got Southampton.
No, I mean on the team, just to because there might be someone in there that we're kind of sleeping on.
It doesn't matter who else is there. That's who they're going to play. That's who they were playing last season.
Yeah.
That's who they're going to play. The only person who significance coming is Richarlison. If he's
Richarlison.
injured, no one else is going to rock the boat. Conte's going to go with his tried and trusted.
Kulusevski's going to play. Yeah.
I mean, Surridge scored 8 goals last season. You know.
We could put Surridge in. I'm not against that.
It doesn't make a difference though, does it? Like,
if we're not going to play 3 up front, then it makes 0 difference. Then it
makes 0 difference.
Yeah,
we might as well go.
Who did we get rid of Mahrez for Coutinho?
Yeah.
All right.
I
You know what? Play like that. Because if
3-5-2.
Mahrez don't play, put Surridge in. Surridge is going to replace Mahrez anyway, isn't he?
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
So you think put Surridge in as the sub?
Yeah.
I don't think Surridge is starting. I think Aboni is starting for Forest.
Okay, how much is
They play 1 up top?
He's 8.
They play 1 up top.
He's 8 million.
Oh no, he's not. He's 6.
He can't be 8 million. No way. No way
6.
can he be 8 million if Diaz is 8 million. That makes no
That's
sense.
what I was thinking. I was like, right.
I'll be like, no way.
See, like,
We need on 2 hours, basically.
If Brennan
Surridge
Johnson
is
was just cheaper, I would have gone with him because he'll get something for not in the first this season. I don't know what, but he's an exciting player.
Lingard for
as I'm saying, go for Andreas. He will play guaranteed, and it's 4.5.
Go to Fulham's team actually. Where have they got in there?
Who is Andreas?
on Fulham.
Man United, ex-Man United player.
What
Who
for
does he play
Forest?
for?
Fulham.
Let's have a look.
And he's 4.5. Is he a striker? Where's he play?
No, he's a midfielder.
Oh, is it? There we go.
Yeah, Andreas Pereira.
Pereira. Like, he's a good player, man.
Oh,
but then,
he's at Fulham.
Yeah, he's at Fulham now. He joined this summer.
Shit.
But who do you?
Good show. I didn't even know.
But then, what do we do?
Is he really going to get points though? That's the thing. He could be a good player.
I think with the striker,
the
striker situation, I think we just leave that for now because I don't. It's game week 1.
Yeah,
you're better off even just going for someone like probably like a Mitrovic if he wasn't playing against Liverpool. But like, because someone on the first game of the season is going to do something that would none of us expect. Like, I don't know, Trossard will score 5 goals. I don't know, like it'll be something just weird. Like it always happens every game week 1 where a player does what you don't think they're going to do. Mbabu, 4.5. Okay, they just bought him, Babu. They just bought him. I didn't know he was 4.5.
Are we just tucking any attacker in there then? No.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
See, there's no. If there was, what can we get? Have we got 5? See, I'm looking. If we had 5.5,
there may be like
Benteke, Edouard.
Yeah, Edouard as well. Yes.
All right, is it worth taking someone out, putting Coutinho back in, and putting Edouard in?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's the question. If not, just put anyone in and just leave it as 3-5-2.
I'm honestly not sold on Kulusevski. I'm not sold on, but we need I feel like we need a Spurs player in there somewhere for this week.
The thing is, if you don't put Kulusevski in, it's fine. But then who do you go for? Because I'm not sold on Darwin at all. Like I don't think.
If you take Kulusevski out, put Coutinho back in. How much money does that give us? Who
That's
can we get as a striker then?
Then we've got 1.5.
But then whoever we're putting on as a striker, what we've got to think as well, we're putting on a striker is playing the bench.
Yeah.
So does it really matter that much?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
unless it's like
only if we think. Do we think Coutinho is going to get more points on the weekend than Kulusevski?
No.
Or vice versa? I don't know.
I think
it's a toss-up with them two, to be honest. Because Villa have got Bournemouth, who I think Villa are going to beat. And I also think Spurs are going to beat Southampton. But it's just, I think Villa's game potentially will have more goals than the Spurs game.
All right, cool. Let's go Coutinho then. Let's go Coutinho.
Coutinho.
Yeah, put Coutinho back in.
but then we don't. It's like
It's pointless almost because then the striker situation is like the same because
we can obviously know we can get a striker for 6, but then he's still not going to play. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to play them unless we took Ward Pro. So
that would be
who we getting for 6?
Like,
but the only thing is, all right, even if we get them and they don't play, but they do well and their value goes up a bit, we can still take them out and then use that extra money to do something else somewhere else. So fuck it, why not?
You see, if Broha was going somewhere else, I'd put it straight in.
Yeah, same. I was going to pick him, but I don't think he's going to play. So what's the point?
Probably got Edouard
on that list for me. Edouard.
Although, you know, we say Edouard, he plays Mateta quite a lot though.
Yeah,
I'm just going by just sheer games. That's all I'm going. Not even goals, like. Or did he? I bet he's going to show that he probably didn't even play last season.
Nice. He got 15 points this last season. No, 61 points. Yeah,
how many did
Eduardo got more?
Yeah, Edouard got way more last season. Yeah.
Okay, then go with Edouard. I didn't know who played more.
But then they might. It's going to be a toss up who plays. You know, Solanke's starting. You know, Daka might play. Awoniyi, Liverpool ties. Do we just go with him?
Solanke is not scoring nothing. Listen, don't put.
Do we go with Awoniyi? See what he's about. Liverpool ties.
Yeah, why not? I don't see a problem with him even going in.
There's nobody else in that list really screams.
Yeah, if you're gonna go with him, cool. But don't put Solanke in, please don't. No.
It's a toss-up between him and Johnson because I think Johnson is going to be their best player this season. I think he'll be their best.
I think Johnson will be the best player, Brennan Johnson.
He's their best player anyway, but yeah, he will be their best player.
But then the record fee for Awoniyi is going to play.
Oh yeah, 100%. He has to play for that money. You've got to play.
Let's put him in for the time.
You
know what? We've got Nico here. Nico's going to play as well, so we're kind of sleeping on Nico too.
True.
Right, let's lock this in. Are we happy?
Yeah.
We spent about a year on it, so I think I'm good with it.
Locked in, right? Team name, Kloppzone 11. Favorite club. It's Newcastle, isn't it? Double A? Or is it Arsenal?
Or is it Man United, Ash?
Here we go.
No, go. Pick Liverpool.
I agree. Enter squad. We're entered. Ladies and gentlemen, let's pick our 11 quick now before we go. Nico out.
Yeah. For who's on the bench?
Nico out and Coutinho in.
Yeah.
Captain Salah.
I'll let you not pick the captain.
Mahrez.
Jesus to Salah, I'd say.
Yeah, Salah. I was just looking at their games. Probably Salah. Yeah. Watch Jesus.
I wouldn't bank on Mahrez just because I'm not sure if Mahrez is going to start or not.
I'd go Saka as my vice captain.
Yeah, he was my vice. I think.
Team locked in. Save your team.
I would also say, would you say change Nico as the first sub or Anawoni as the first sub rather than Vestergaard?
Yeah. We'll go Awoniyi because he might get the goals.
Yeah.
And if Mahrez doesn't play.
So what does that mean? What when you did that?
If Mahrez don't play,
Awoniyi
comes in first.
Oh, so we wouldn't have to actually change it ourselves then?
No.
Oh, okay, I get you.
The first sub goes in, so then Mahrez and Darwin might not play, but then Awoniyi and Nico will go in. So
Nico will come in instead. Yeah,
I get you.
They're two okay ones as well to come in. So I'm
yeah.
That's a decent team. I'm happy with the team. Let's see if I can enter the Kloppzone league.
You got me thinking to change my own team now, bloody hell.
That's it. Join a league. What was the league code again? Have I got it up? I've not got it up, have I?
It's YE. I just joined it actually. I'll tell you what it is.
The code is YCEOLC. OLC. Join the league. We're in the Kloppzone League. The team's in. Yes, let's get back off it. That's a long show, but I feel like it was worth it. I'm going to look at these comments. I've not even been looking at anything. Let's remove this because we've picked our team. Let's just have a look now quickly. Oh, people saying go for Andre. Do you know what? Look, people, I agree with Ash. This is it. I agree with Ash. Coolers is a must, says FPL Rubber Ducky. Kulezeski is a must. Who's FPL Rubber Ducky, by the way?
Big up yourself. Big up yourself.
Go for Ivan Toney. Who's this? Should I get Martinelli and Cancelo or Diaz and Sancho?
Martinelli and Cancelo.
Yeah.
Nah, I'd go Diaz and Sancho.
No. Because you're getting two players. Listen, they're definitely not guaranteed any points. Martinelli and Cancelo. Cancelo alone will get more than
Martinelli's getting you no points this season, by the way.
I'm not sure about that, but
Cancelo will get more than all three put together this whole season anyway. So he's the one who would just edge it regardless. Cancelo, you go with Cancelo all the time, man.
I like 3-4-3 formation, best in real football also. Not sure about that. Look at this. Ash has a great team, to be honest. I feel it's
go away.
Balanced. He's right, though. Look at this.
He's just balanced.
The balance is there from the team. Oh, my God.
Midfield. It's your midfield that I don't trust. I don't trust.
I'm looking. I've put a lot of faith in Man United there, innit?
That's why.
I've put too much faith in Man United.
The thing is, the players you're picking are not rubbish. It's like I'm saying. It's just I just don't trust them. Like I don't know what they're gonna do this season.
Yeah, this is a great one, by the way. There'll be 5 subs this season.
For real.
We've not thought about that. So Nunes is gonna be coming on, like even if he's not playing. So I'm glad if Mahrez doesn't start, he's definitely coming on.
You say that Pep's done games where he doesn't make a sub all game.
Yeah.
With 3, alone having 5.
Exactly. When he's playing bad, though, when the team's playing bad, Pep never makes a sub, and I don't.
It's like he's teaching them a lesson. He's like he's saying, "Nah, you guys can do it. You stick it out. You're stinking up the place. You do it."
Yeah, that's it. But we finish on this comment. I just want to finish. That is.
Bro, I'm getting heat from a lot of people on different shows. If it's not on Jerry's show, it's here. Like, what is going on? What is going
life
on?
goals? Finishing.
As I'm saying as well. G changed. No longer the G we know.
Who's that?
Azan.
Here we go. Let's look at this. I've been saying it since the last Prem. G is no longer the G we know. He's changed. Show him the cup, G. Show him the cup. This is the G that is here now. Grumpy G.
I've got the cojones now. You know why? I got my cojones. You know, I really got them this summer. And I said, you know what? We're not taking anything this season. I want all the cake and I want to eat it too. So
all I'm saying this season, Liverpool, you have to win and play well and get 6 goals. Otherwise, G is absolutely coming for you every match week. That's all I'm saying. So,
you know what's crazy? It's not even that. It's you have to win every week. You need to win the Premier League. And if I see a performance level from certain players drop below 7, 8, it's going to start getting a bit political.
What, every week you expect?
Nah, not every week. Nah, not every week. No. Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen every single week.
No, even this, for me, this is the ultimate level of disrespect from Azan.
Oh, not James. No.
James is better.
I have to be higher than James.
Wow, James is better.
You know what? It's fine. Do your thing. Do you, boo-boo, because I'm going to do
By the way, we are going to be pulling up every week on this show. We're going to pull up the league. We're going to tell you who's top. We're going to choose our starting 11, so our 11 of the week. We're going to choose that on the show. We're going to pull up as well where the Kloppzone members are in the league. So there's no hiding this season. So I'm telling you now, there's going to be a separate Kloppzone Fantasy Premier League where we go head-to-head against each other. We're going to pull that one up. That's going to be a private league. We're going to pull that one up for you. So everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. You too, thank you for staying on for 2 hours. I appreciate it. We've got a good team, another great show. So I hope you go. Have a nice day. And I will catch you all next time. But until then, you'll never walk alone.
Boom.
Peace.